For my presentation, I chose to do a slideshow. And for the 3 topics I chose, I did social influences and group processes, traits, personality, and situational understanding, cognition, memory, and attributions. I chose these because I think they helped me with psychology this past semester by having a more understanding on how people think and how they process things, and especially in certain situations. And I also just really like the topics. Those are something that I was interested in. And I think they went along with my experiments that I did because I used these characteristics within them. So for this first one, I did social influences and group processes. Social influence is when a person's behavior, attitudes, and beliefs are based on the actions of others, while group processing is how an organization's members work together to get things done. Like the experiment I did on the Prowlers fans, it aligns with the social influence because the fans had been cheering or booing only when someone would start it. It would most be described like Simon Says or follow the leader. And down at the bottom of this picture, you can see there's 2 different social influences. And for the informational influence is when we conform to others because we believe they have accurate information. And the other one is normative influence, when we conform to others because we want them to like us and accept us. That one can go with like the Prowlers example, because maybe if you weren't cheering or if you weren't booing when the other people were, you might feel a little anxious because you weren't doing what they were doing. You have to feel you need to fit in, which I feel like all the time when I'm doing things with my friends. I feel like I have to do it too, or they're going to think I'm weird. So for the second one, it's traits, personality, and situational understanding. Who you are as a person and the way you handle situations are very important in the day-to-day life. Always being aware of the situation at hand determines information, events, and one's actions. For example, let's say you're working in retail and a customer finds something that is priced at $2 but is ringing at $4. And they come up with an attitude about it, or a common reaction is to give attitude back. But if you observe the situation while you're at work, you need to be professional and keep a smile on your face and fix the problem. And I deal with that a lot at work because I am a store manager. There's a lot of times where customers will be rude because they'll see something that they don't like, and we just gotta put a smile on our face and just pretend that it's okay, because that's just what you do to be professional. Even though they're giving you attitude and you want to give it back, you kind of just gotta be the nice guy. For the last one, I did cognition, memory, and attributions. Cognition is gaining knowledge and comprehension, while attributions is the process of inferring the cause and events of behaviors. And for my experiment, where I walked into work with a blanket, which is not a normal thing for me to go into work with, I believe this follows under these topics because my coworker had to comprehend what was going on, and she also had to engage in the situation. Memory pretty much goes along with cognition. I mean, cognition is gaining knowledge and comprehension, while memory is keeping that. You're keeping that knowledge and that comprehension of that certain situation that you had gone through. So I believe that's where like the memory portion of that comes from. And then with the attributions, it's the process of like inferring it, inferring those events and causes. So it's kind of like almost like a timeline. You're gaining knowledge, you're memorizing the knowledge, and then you're delivering that knowledge. So that's the way I see it for that. And in situations, that's kind of the order things go into. You get the knowledge, and then you save it, and then you give it to other people.